We're stuck in our homes, they're flooding the streets. Everyone's watching and glued to their screens. Misinformation like every week. Apocalypse.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Quick update. Going to try the video route for a couple and see how that goes. So hope everyone's doing well on this lovely Wednesday afternoon. What we're looking at is allegedly a communication cable in a pipeline was heavily damaged that ran from Estonia, which is right here, this little country right here. Oh, see, there we go, Estonia, and Finland. Both countries are NATO members. And look who we have. Look who we have right here, just slightly to the east. We have a great big country called Russia. So both this pipeline and this other communication cable run right underneath the Baltic Sea here. It goes from Finland to Estonia and provides data services, communications services. So we'll go ahead and go over and look at ABC News. Damage to the gas pipeline, telecom cable connecting Finland and Estonia caused by external activity. Finland's president says damage to an undersea gas pipeline and telecommunications cable connecting Finland and Estonia appears to have been caused by external activity. Helsinki, damage to an undersea gas pipeline and telecommunications cable connecting Finland and Estonia appears to have been caused by external activity, Finnish officials said Thursday, adding that authorities were investigating. Finnish and Estonian gas system operators on Sunday noted an unusual pressure drop in the Balticconnector pipeline, after which they shut down the gas flow. The Finnish government on Tuesday said there was damage to both the gas pipeline and telecommunications cable between the two NATO countries. Speaking at a news conference Tuesday, Prime Minister Petteri Orpo stopped short of calling the pipeline leak sabotage, but said it could not have been caused by regular operations. Choosing their words very carefully. According to the preliminary assessment, the observed damage could not have occurred as a result of normal use of the pipeline or pressure fluctuations. It is likely that the damage is the result of an external activity, Orpo said. Finland's National Bureau of Investigation was leading an inquiry into the leak, Orpo said, adding that the leak occurred in Finland's economic zone. According to Estonian authorities, the damaged area of the data cable owned by the Finnish mobile operator and internet service provider, Elisa, is likely located in Estonia's economic zone, and Estonia's military was investigating the matter. And for those who don't know, most, if not all, of our internet runs through these massive undersea cables that there's one that stretches from East Coast U.S. to Britain. Actually, I think there's actually several. There are a lot of these cables undersea that are, frankly, just too far to be able to protect every single piece of it. So if something breaks out, this will obviously be a concern. In the Estonian capital, Tallinn, Defense Minister Henno Pevkur told reporters Estonian authorities received photos confirming that the damage in the Balticconnector is mechanical and human-made. And these are very sensitive, so it could have... they're actually really easy to take out. So this damage must have been caused by some force that was not created by a diver or a small underwater robot. The damage is more massive, Pevkur said, adding the seismologist previously stated there was no explosion at the incident site. And it could be done with a boat just dragging the bottom. Heidi Salu, a seismologist at the Estonian Geological Service, told the Estonian broadcaster ERR on Tuesday that neither Estonian or Finnish seismic stations registered anything resembling explosions during the time period the Balticconnector developed a suspected leak. This incident comes over a year after the Nord Stream gas pipeline running between Germany and Russia in the Baltic Sea was damaged by explosions believed to be sabotage. The case remains unsolved. Well, Finland is well prepared. Orpo said providing critical infrastructure is already a very important issue. With the change in the security environment, and attention has been paid to it. In the background, among other things, a wide network of actors has been built to secure critical infrastructure. Asked by a reporter whether the government suspected Russian involvement in the later incident, Orpo said it didn't want to speculate on the potential perpetrators before the authorities have completed the investigation in Finland. Because it would be an Article V violation and it would be an act of war if it were to take place and be linked to Russia. So, earlier, Finnish Salmosisto said in a statement the damage to the underwater infrastructure had been taken seriously and the causes have been under investigation since Sunday. He said he was in contact with allies and partners, including NATO Security General Jens Stoltenberg. How long is this article? Jesus. Stoltenberg wrote on X that he had spoken with Lesotho on damage to the undersea infrastructure. He said NATO is sharing information and stands ready to support allies concerned. The pipeline incident was likely to put on the agenda for the NATO defense ministers meeting in Brussels on Wednesday and Thursday. Estonian Navy told the Associated Press that they were conducting an investigation on the pipeline together with the Finnish military in the Gulf of Finland. They wouldn't comment any further, saying the operation was led by the Finns. The 77-kilometer-long, 48-mile-long Balticconnector pipeline runs across the Gulf of Finland from the Finnish city of Inkoo to the Estonian port of Paldiski. So, I actually don't know. I just assumed they would have ran it to the... Oh. I see Paldiski. No, that's Swedish. There's Paldiski. Anyways, we'll keep reading. It is a bidirectional transferring natural gas between Finland and Estonia depending on the demand and supply. Most of the gas was flowing in the pipeline early Sunday before closure was going to Finland and Estonia, from where it was forwarded to Latvia, Estonia's gas system operator Elding said. The 300 million euro, 318 million, I assume US dollar pipeline, largely financed by the European Union, started commercial operations in the beginning of 2020. Gasgrid Finland said the Finnish gas system is stable and the supply of gas has been secured through offshore support vessel Exemplar, a floating liquefied natural gas terminal at the southern Finnish port of Inkoo. Elring said Estonian customers were receiving gas from Latvia after the shutdown of the pipeline, while a European country currently has filled 97% of its storage capacity for winter. Security of supply still depends on deliveries of pipeline gas and LNG. When it comes to gas, Europe is in for a safe winter, said Simone Tagliaperita, energy analyst. That name screwed me up. Energy analyst at the Bruegel think tank in Brussels. However, this depends on the integrity of its pipeline and LNG infrastructure. Sabotage or disruptions could have severe consequences. Developments at the Balticconnector in Finland are very concerning with this regard. Natural gas prices in Europe's TTF benchmark rose 15% on Monday and more than 12% on Tuesday, to the highest level since March. But Tuesday's price of 49.40 euro, 52.44 US per megawatt hour is still 7 times lower than its record highs seen in late August after Russia's cutoff of most gas supplies to Europe during the war in Ukraine spurred an energy crisis. And this was written by Jan Olsen in Copenhagen, Denmark. During some of the research I did, very quickly, Inku is actually Inga, or I assume that's in Finnish. So Inku is up there, and then our other side is Paldiski. That seems to make sense and be about 48 kilometers. So we go from here all the way down to Paldiski, and that's where they're talking about this this connection. So in the Gulf of Finland. And to finish up here, Jan Stoltenberg has a very short communication, and here's a little bit of information about NATO to respond if Finland gas pipeline damage was intentional, Stoltenberg says.
We will also address the incident in the Baltic Sea with the damage caused to critical undersea infrastructure. I spoke with President Sauli Niinisto and Prime Minister Kaja Kallas yesterday, and we are in close contact. The important thing now is to establish what happened and how this could happen. If it is proven to be a deliberate attack on NATO critical infrastructure, then this will be, of course, serious, but it will also be met by a united and determined response from NATO.
I didn't even know that Zelensky was in that. I wish I would have, because that was fantastic. But probably begging for more money. So this is what's on the table. So this is from NATO, or the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, collective defense, and Article V. The principle of collective defense is at the very heart of NATO's founding treaty. It remains a unique and enduring principle that binds its members together, committing them to protect each other and setting a spirit of solidarity within the alliance. I'm not going to go in deep to Article 5, but collective defense means that an attack against one ally is considered an attack against all allies. The principle of collective defense is enshrined in Article 5 of the North Atlantic Treaty. NATO invoked Article 5 for the first and only time in its history after the September 11th terrorist attacks against the United States of America. NATO has taken collective defense measures on several occasions, including response situation in Syria and the Russian invasion in Ukraine. NATO has standing forces on active duty that contribute to the alliance's collective defense efforts on a permanent basis. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to get you all caught up on this yet another flashpoint that could be concerning. Hope everyone has an awesome day. I will see you soon. Take care.